Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be testing out and seeing if this palette, W7 on the Rocks, is a dupe for the Subculture Anastasia palette. When this palette first released, there was a lot of controversy over it. People talked about how when you swirled your brush in here, there was a lot of pushback. And there's a lot more than if you would use any other palette, really. I have used this palette and loved this palette. I've created several looks that I've loved. My only problem is that when I try and use as many colors as I can in this palette on one look, that they tend to kind of fade or blend each other away. That's a big downfall. But when I was in the store the other day, I found this palette, and I mean, it's pretty spot on with its color story. And it is a fraction of the cost. It was only $7, and I believe I had a coupon, so I got it for like $2. I will insert swatches side by side of what these colors look like to you. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. This is the W7. In the swatches, you can see that the Anastasia is a lot more pigmented. But we all know that using a color being swatched on your arm is totally different than a color being swatched on your eye. So today, I have created a look for you. Using both of these palettes, I used one on one side and one on the other. Can you tell which one is the more expensive? Well, just so you know, because I don't think that I mentioned it whenever I was applying the makeup, this side was the Anastasia side, and this one was the W7 side. They performed both very well. Surprisingly enough, the fallout I had with this palette was not bad. I let you look after I applied my makeup, and I had more fallout on the other side, which was used with the W7 palette. Now, I'm not saying that this is a dupe for this palette. There are some colors in here that are not exactly the same. Now, they do kind of work the same. I blended as many colors as I could, and I didn't really have the problem on either side today where one blended out the other. Now, when I started, there was a darker color over here that was a little bit more patchy. But if you can make it work, then I think it's a great palette. I love mine. I've used mine several times. But yes, I swatched both of these palettes for you on the arm side by side so you could see the similarities in them. I do have to say that the shimmers in this palette done phenomenal, like the ones in the Anastasia one. They both come with brushes. They look like this. The ends are a little different. Now, I want to say, I don't remember which one of these came in which palette. This one seems to be made better, so I want to say it's the Anastasia one, and I really hope so, because as I was using this palette today, this one broke on me. So, and if you would like to see how these two palettes perform against one another, then keep watching. Okay, so I already have my base on, and I have primed my lids with the Maybelline Adrian concealer, and I set it with just my skin color eyeshadow out of my Morphe palette. Morphe 25R. Use this one. And even though they both come with their own brushes, I'm not going to be using both of these brushes to apply every single color. So, I don't have dupes or multiple brushes of every brush I have, but I have this guy. This is just like a rough sponge material. It reminds me of those rugs that you would wipe your feet off on as you walk in the door. And so here's a brush that's sturdy. It has blue on it. As you can see, some blue pigment comes off of my hand. If you just swirl your brush around in here, you can already see it almost took all that blue off. And nothing is transferring onto my hair. First, I'm going to be taking the New Wave color. This one right here. I'm going to pop that in my crease. I'm going to clean my brush off. I'm going to take the color that is supposedly duping it in this palette, which is Bellini, this one. So right off the bat, you can totally see that the Anastasia one is darker. It's more orangey, warm, and this one is more yellow toned that came out of the supposedly duped palette. And I am having to go in this one a little more to get the buildup of pigmentation that I'm wanting. Now I'm going to be taking this color All Star. And I'm going in with a fluffier brush. This is from the Jaclyn Hill Morphe collection, and the brush number is JH32. And I'm going to fluff this in my outer V. I'm going back in with a clean brush and blending it together. So that did have a lot of pigment, and I didn't have to go in there more than one time into the color. But it does get a little bit patchy, which is not a total deal breaker, but just so that you know. And now the dupe color in this one is, I'm gonna butcher this word, something cherry. Now I'm going to be taking the color Roxy. With the color Roxy, I'm taking this Real Technique brush. It's more dense and compact, and it's going to allow me to really get in there. Usually I wouldn't bring color that far in, but I am going to be doing a cut crease. And usually whenever I do one, there's nothing there that I've cut. So I'm making sure that there will be today. And this color is Body Shark. You see all that product on my brush? Just knocking off a little. that color is definitely not as pigmented as Roxy was in the other one. Now to cut my crease, I'm going in again with the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. And what I have learned, who does this? I think Nicole Guerrero does this trick. She'll put just a little right here, and then she'll look up. And you see that right there? How it's made like a mark? That's where you know to cut your crease, because when you open your eye, that's where your lid will be touching the upper part of your crease. Make sense? Before that concealer dries, I'm going to be going in to the palette, and I'm going to be picking up this color. It's called Adorn. I might use my finger. I picked it up a lot better than that brush. Now again, just apply a little bit right here, and like your lash line, look straight up, and it'll have that little mark for you. And that helps make sure you get them even on both sides as well. Clean that brush real fast. And it's called Espresso Martini in this palette. Clean finger. Picked it up very well too. And now, because I want to play with as many colors as I can, I'm going to as well do my bottom lash line. I'm going to take the color Access. And this is it's like a dome pencil brush. It's also in the Jaclyn Hill times Morphe collaboration. It's the JH39. Clean my brush. Caracoa. Not really sure what that says, but that's the color. Inner corner, I'm going to take the color Electric. And in this palette, it's called Champagne Toast. This orangey color that we used up here, I think it's called Roxy, it fell out some, but like the darker colors didn't. And now on this side, I do have more fallout towards the more cherry colors that we use. Alright, y'all. This is the finished look. I didn't put any falsies on because I wanted you to be able to see the eyeshadow. I think overall, they both performed very well. I love the Anastasia palette. I do. I'm glad that I purchased it. But considering I purchased this one for $2 and it performed pretty much the same, this is kind of a steal. The colors are not exactly the same. I did have problems building up a color in my inner corner and it still doesn't look like this one does. But overall, it performed very well. I like them both. I enjoy them both. And if you can find this palette, I purchased mine at a Burke's. I've seen it. I've seen this brand at Burke's, Ross's, and TJ Maxx. So if you find one and you don't want to use your Anastasia Subculture palette, or you wanted it but you never purchased it, give this guy a go. He's pretty good. But that's all. I hope that you all enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.